So, guys, to inform you a little about the situation, we just started very recently dipping into Phoenix Rising, and while that was going on, as everyone knows probably, Galneryus released a new song to promote their new album, which is gonna come out later this month. And who would we be not to jump on the hype train, right? So we made a little vote, and of course, well, it was actually rather close this time, but you decided we should pause Phoenix Rising for now to look into the new album, which is of course very understandable. And what you might not know at this point, well, perhaps you do, but is that they've uploaded also a music video for the new song very recently. This is something I just noticed yesterday. Very excited to watch that with you. The only thing is, I probably, like from experience I know, I probably have to totally butcher this video while we're watching it, so I can actually upload the video right from the get-go. If you want to have the full cinematic experience, go to their official channel, watch the video there, and give them some support. I'm gonna link it in the top comment as well. Also, of course, if you can, grab the album. I'm gonna do that as well as soon as I can. But I would assume it has to come out first, right? But yeah, I think we're set now. Should we listen to it? I'm a bit scared. Sho has found his new pose at this point. Oh, okay. Some decent CGI environment there, filming this in. Oh, okay. You've already noticed they kind of have found their style a little, right? This already reminds me a bit of Whatever It Takes. You know, that sound. This might be their course for later Galneryus. I'm interested where they'll take this, but especially to the era we've been listening like over the past few months, right? Which is like very early Sho Galneryus, which had this very energetic songs. Here's a somewhat different trajectory. We still have this very powerful speed metal at the bottom, but it's like this very chill mood at the top. Sho hitting the poses. What's Taka wearing? Is that a mask? Like, looks badass. That's very typical Shu riffage, especially later Shu. Probably hitting the 7th string as well. Oh yeah, very heroic halftime. Hit it! You sometimes get reminded that this is a kind of practical issue here, like how this is filmed, right? They're probably using a crane or something to film that, and he has to hit a pose at this point, which is very close to his body, which looks a bit weird. It's probably a direction note by the director. Litecoin there from the background. I really like this sewers level they've built there. Reminds me a bit of Resident Evil. Little neoclassical melodic section. And it gets more intense every iteration. Do we get a little solo? Yuki. That sounds very classic Yuki at this point. Oh, pumping up. Cool background sounds there. Bringing in the build-up. So you can't tell me that this isn't like a commercial for Resident Evil or something. Like seriously at this point. If you've played the 9th installment, you know what I mean. But okay, this just seems to drive that course, which they really like to do with the like karma section after the solo. And also like what they did in the solo per se. They also had a little, you know, that trajectory with like constantly building up. We had a bit of that like rising in intensity. Okay, we're rising up and next time we're rising a bit further and then rising a bit further and it gets a bit more intense. So this movement we had, which we also know from, you know, stuff like I Believe, among other things. If we're like looking specifically at the solo, it was a rather long thing with like quite some different sections. It was like technically well played as usual. I didn't hear anything specifically new in that. So we had Yuki as well as Shu doing their very characteristic shredding stuff. But yeah, we've got still a few minutes left. Let's see how it goes on. But it has a very chill mood. I like it. No, you're f***ing me. That is Raccoon City, right? He's also singing Life Will Go On. That was the outro track of the previous album. Okay, that was pretty intense. That was fire. I like the little piano in the background. I've heard some people, you know, say they're not the biggest fan of like this 7-string lower end sound there. I'm actually a pretty huge fan because it just has this heaviness to it, I guess. Which is you can mix very well again then with these lighter sounds. I also dig like the little neoclassical shred they had there in the end. Not that it was something very original per se, right? But it would be something you would hear in Arch Enemy, right? Not in Galneryus usually. So that was cool. That lighter, hopeful sound, which was a bit dreamy, had a like real anime vibe to it in some sorts. And they did their usual thing in twisting that into a heavy speed metal song. But then, you know, that being said, again, stylistically, we had some similar songs recently, and you know, I'm like always looking for like that little thing they have in there, right? If you have, for example, have Whatever It Takes, if you just remember that they had that little thing in there, you know. Yeah, but we're gonna dip into that when we've reached that album. Just a little reminder, right? So essentially what I'm looking for is this little original thing we have in there, right? And I think perhaps it's an acquired taste, but I think I kind of missed it in this song. Just to skip a little through it. So we have very characteristic shoe riffage in the background, very characteristic structure. Generally, very many ideas we've heard before recently. I like this little first chord they have there. It sounds really like sunlight dripping down. But I always appreciate the heaviness, right? It's just something I totally dig about the band. Then look into the solo again. Still, I love Yuki. He's awesome. Right, the mood of this sounds very similar to like modern Galneryus style. I mean, obviously it is modern Galneryus. Then a little bottom run there. And then here we have this intensity rising. Your classical progression, always appreciated. Dig the mood in it. I dig the drums, like I dig the new drummer of them though. The riser there. Perhaps a little dip into the outro again. That scream is cool because there's so much choir in the background. Yeah, it's a pretty fun song. It's also a pretty fun video. The video was pretty much like an entire performance video, but it was pretty fun due to the environments and stuff. I kind of digged it. So yeah, I hope the album's gonna bring some surprises for us as well. And then I guess what you might have not done yourself is we're gonna take a look at the lyrics, of course, if they're already available. So what I'm right now seeing at this point is we have at least a Japanese lyric, so we have to translate that. Are you me right now? We're gonna need our lyrics glasses for that. So, enveloped in silence, I stand still, a faint breath in a world falling apart. Right beside me, a heartbeat fading away. I can't even feel the sorrow. Right here, right now, all of my feelings are shattering, even the meaning of life itself. Unable to accept the truth, I run into a world where dust swirls. You know, the feeling I get, because we're still in a phase of Galneryus where they're mainly writing in English, now it's a mixture of both. But I appreciate that they've dipped into Japanese, because I guess they have just more range and more nuance they can bring into this when they're writing in their native language, of course. And I just have the feeling this shows, right? But perhaps it's just the translation here. Sounds a bit more elegant, definitely. That's how I saw unexpectedly back then, resist it all, still shining brightly, pouring down upon me. So we have extremely visual imagery here, enveloped, right? I'm enveloped in silence, a faint breath in a world falling apart. We have this grand scale thing, everything is falling apart, and I'm just like a faint breath amidst of that, and I'm like in so much struggle or whatever that I can't even feel the sorrow of a heartbeat right beside me fading away. So someone else is dying, I suppose. Everything is shattering, my feelings are shattering, even the meaning of life itself, like every sense is like everything is falling apart. So you have this like metaphor of, you know, not only the outside is falling apart, but with it, like my insides are also falling apart. Unable to accept the truth, I run into a world where dust swirls. Like, I don't know what kind of statement this is, perhaps supposed to make a statement about the state of the world right now, that everything is falling apart and I just don't know what to do. That hope I saw unexpectedly back then, resists it all, still shining brightly, pouring down upon me. And we have classical Galneryus theme, you know, I have found the light of hope. And I have been very long looking for it, and it's still, if I remember it, if I latch onto it, it helps me get through the stuffs, whatever it is. That might be the chorus here, because it's like due to the structure. Just feel my life. This is in English, right? This phrase, just feel my life. Life will go on. These things are in English. Everything else is in Japanese so far. Just feel my life, simply seeking the world I envision. A single ray of light, still unaware of its meaning. Life will go on, now tearing through this heart, afraid of its mistakes. I'll keep chasing the dream I almost grasped. It's very close to the themes of the last album, like I'm gazing upwards, like I'm aiming upwards to the light, simply seeking the world I envision, right? If you remember a song titles like Go Towards the Utopia or something was a song title of theirs. A single ray of light, still unaware of its meaning. You have like the feeling, a sense of, well, you know, there is something, there is a thread I can follow, I just don't know where it leads. And of course, like, yeah, life will go on, now tearing through this heart, afraid of its mistakes. I keep on chasing the dream I almost grasped, right? The dream I almost grasped. But again, like, I don't had it, I don't know exactly what it is, but I have the feeling like I almost had it. And this is essentially what keeps me chasing it, because I know there is something there. Sorry, I don't know why that's marked here. Anyway, confronted with reality now, yet I still move forward into this crumbling world. Life's come and go, lost again and again, merely toyed with. That hope I saw unexpectedly back then saves everything, still shining brightly and pouring down upon me. They're getting really dramatic recently, which is not something, like, if we have, like, if you just look at the contrast with ALL Galneryus, when this was like mainly about the struggles of show, coming into that and clearing out all of the anxieties and just getting that, you know, drive and motivation to keep going, to just create something great, right? So you really see this story arc here. Yeah, I still keep going into this crumbling world. Life's come and go, merely toyed with, also like interesting. That hope I saw unexpectedly back then. There's a bit more context. I saw it back then at some point, and I still remember this. Again, classic Galneryus theme. Saves everything, still shining brightly and pouring down upon me. This is like very visual. You also can imagine, he shows poses. You know, he's hitting a lot of poses, like his arms spread out there, and just like this is stuff pouring down upon me. like rain. Another chorus, inside my heart, just feel the future I envision, now illuminating the way, turning darkness and haze into signposts. Life will go on, now tear through this world full of mistakes, keep chasing the dream I almost grasped. I really dig the lyrics here, by the way. Perhaps they're just like basic motivational stuff or whatever, but it's like my type of basic motivational stuff. And in combination with the music, of course, that's just, I dig it. Just feel the future I envision, right? It's stronger than the first time around, simply seeking the world. He's simply seeking it, and he's feeling the vision he has, right? It's stronger. Now illuminating the way, turning darkness and haze into signposts. Very cool way this is like put and transformed through envisioning that light of the future or whatever. The darkness and haze are not like obstacles anymore. They're not obscuring stuff. They are actually functioning as signposts. So like it's a 180 turn of their function here. Now tear through this world of mistakes. That's a cool description of the world, I guess. Keep chasing the dream I almost grasped, right? That's the same thing again. This might be, I don't know if that's like already the choral thing they're singing together, or if it's still another chorus. Bring light of hope, someday all the sorrow will come to an end, and all that light I've been searching for will shine through. Bring rays of wish, yes, someday all these mistakes will be set right. See the light of hope and grab the rays of hope. I'll walk to the promised land and I'll fight till the end. Just take that first step, and there we have a little more. So bring light of hope is English, bring rays of wish is English, and these two lines, see the light of hope and grab the rays of hope. I'll walk to the promised land and I'll fight till the end. And this is also, you realize this because it rhymes, right? You kind of get a sense why it has this soothing mood in the background with the synth. That's an especially soothing mood, even if you compare it with similar songs. Fast moving, speed metal, heavy 7-string riffage and all of that stuff. The chaos and the guitar solo, of course, with the whirling around and everything. We have all of that. But essentially in the center we have this calm mood, we have the soft vocals of Show and all of that stuff, and then in the end 2 backing vocals, lots of layers to really get the sense of, yeah, we're together in this, we can kind of find a peace in this chaos. Yeah, someday all of this will come to an end that I've been searching for, will shine through, bring rays of wish. Okay, all these mistakes will be set right. That's a direct reference to the mistakes which had been mentioned before. Grab the rays of hope, right? You can actually grab them. I'll walk to the promised land and I'll fight to the end. The promised land is also something which they brought in, especially in earlier Galneryus days with the Yamabi, when they had more this epic fantasy imagery, right? When you imagined, you know, an army which has to drag itself through the desert and stuff, and like a lot of hopelessness and stuff, and then you have like this image of the promised land. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to see this kind of reality, and I'm just living in this impure world. Sunshine in my eyes. I believe this light will bring me hope. I will keep fighting until then. I don't want to see this kind of reality, and I believe the world will get better. This is all in English, by the way. See the light of hope and grab the rays of hope. I'll walk to the promised land and I'll fight till the end. And just live till the end. I mean, yeah, I guess that's something you should probably do. Yeah, I mean, again, the vision of the future, I don't want to see this kind of reality, so I'm envisioning a better one. The sunshine is in my eyes. I mean, we had a lot of light rays in the video which were shining, and I believe the world will get better. That's the turn in the end there. I'm having confidence that things will get better. That's something which actually hasn't been brought up before, right? It was talking about, I have the past light and I have visions for the future and stuff should get better. But here's, I believe the world will get better. And yeah, everything else is pretty much the same. So actually kind of interesting, especially in contrast with earlier Galneryus, of course, to see the development here. And that it's like a very distinct style which has figured out there over the past years. But yeah, what else can I say? I'm really excited for the new album. I hope there are some fun tracks on there. I've seen it's a rather short album. I think it has less than 10 tracks, and I hope this doesn't include intro and outro tracks. There's already track lists available. You're probably gonna see it on the overlay as well, but I don't know yet. I hope you had a little fun during this reaction. I hope I can upload this without any problems. I hope it stays up, and yeah, spread some hype for the new album, I guess. See you in the next episode, whatever it might be.